She's a diamond. She's a diamond girl. She's a diamond. Diamond, diamond, diamond.
Hi YouTube, it's Princess Diamond. Welcome back to my channel. As you guys seen, I'm doing boho braids. I'm using only 100% human hair, and I also wanted to show you guys just a little small tweak that I realized or learned myself to show the curls a little bit more than the braids. So if you've seen my videos in the past, I'm pretty much doing my boho braids the same way, but again, I tweaked the way I added in the curls. This is just again to make the curls show more than the braids are showing, so you just get more of a fuller look for this. So I'm adding in the strands of the human hair, and the hair that I'll be using is from Ygwigs, and this is their double drawn Spanish curl, 100% human hair. This hair is 18 inches. Now, I did use a total of 300 grams, so each pack of hair, like this bundle right here, comes 100 grams of hair. I did use all 3 bundles in its entirety, and I did also extend the length of these braids. So if I were not to extend these, we would have gotten more of like a bob length look. Instead, we did more of like a mid-back length, and that was kind of perfect for the amount of hair that we had. I could not have done it any longer, or else we would have ran out of hair or just not have gotten a as full look as I did. So if you're wanting your braids to be longer, either go with a longer length or get an additional bundle to be able to extend the braids longer. So I started out doing the knotless braids by feeding in 3 strands of the human hair for my 3 sections to braid down. And then once I braid it down a bit, then I will go ahead and start adding in the pieces that will be left out, the curly pieces that will be left out. Again, this is all just 100% human hair, so I'm using all the same hair as I'm braiding down and as I'm putting in the curly pieces to stick out. I started out with leaving 4 pieces sticking out in this back sections, but all the way through the whole head, I left out 4 to 6 curly pieces on each and every braid. So some braids or some rows and sections had 4 curls sticking out, some had 5, some had 6. I kind of just wanted to make sure I had enough hair and didn't run out, so that's why I really did it the way I did. And right here I'm just adding in some more of the hair to extend the braid so that way it's a little bit longer. And once I've added in all the curly hair pieces that are going to stick out of the braid, I'm just going to braid it now towards the end. Not all the way to the end, just towards the end, because we are going to leave the ends of these curly, and grab a very small section of the hair, wrap it around the braid, create a knot at least 3 times. So again, I just do that at least 3 times just to secure that, and then I'm just going to go in with the scissors. Of course, with this hair, you have the blunt ends that tend to stick out of the braid. So I'm just going to clean that up a little bit with the scissors, being careful not to cut the curls that I do want to stick out of the braid. And as you guys can see in this back section, my curls started at towards the bottom, so I didn't put the curls sticking out right there at the root because I kind of want to just build it out at the bottom first and work my way up the higher up on her head that I go. Hopefully that makes sense. But as you guys can see, it's already really full. I mean, this is only the second row, and you can see that the curls look full already from where I started adding in the curls all the way to the ends. Okay, so now as I promised, I'm going to go into that little tip that I've realized on how to make the curls stick out a little bit more than the braids and look fuller. Now, obviously, the obvious answer to that is just to add more curls. We already know that, but something else that I've learned is just the way I added in the curls to make it fall forward in front of the braid rather than fall behind the braid. I used to add in the curls and they used to kind of be hidden a little bit or to the side, and it didn't look as full. It might not seem like a big difference, but for me, I definitely realized it when I did it a little bit differently on her. So I used to add in the curly piece where I would hold the longer piece on the right, and when I would feed in the hair towards the back of the braid, I would leave that long piece left out, but it would be left out behind the braid. So as you can see, once I leave it out, that piece is hidden. It's behind the braid. So I'm going to braid it down a little bit, and then I'm going to let it fall so you guys can see what I mean by the way it falls on the braid. Okay, so now notice when I put the curl down how it falls to the side and kind of behind the braid. The braid stands out more than the curls in this way. There's nothing wrong with doing it like this. It's not technically wrong, but I am going for a fuller look. I want the curls to hide the braid. I want the curls to sit on top of the braids and look fuller. So now instead I'm going to hold the curly piece a little bit different. I'm going to put the long piece on the left instead of on the right. And so that way when I feed it into the braid, now I'm going to still feed in the long piece towards the back, but I'm going to bring it to the front. So now when I'm leaving out the long curly piece, I'm leaving it out on the front of the braid rather than behind the braid. So then I'm going to continue to braid down, and then when I let the curl fall, you can see that it's sticking out in front of the braid. So notice the difference. I know it might be something very little, but y'all know the little things is what makes a big difference. So now the only thing that I do different when I go higher up on her head, I begin to leave out the curls more closer to her root. So like this first piece right here that I'm adding in is being left out right there at her root. I just want the curls to show a little bit more towards the top of her head now rather than just only at the bottom, because we want to build on the fullness of these. So that's the only thing different that I did when I went higher up on her head. I believe this section had 6 strands or 6 pieces of curls sticking out, but like I said, overall I had about 4 or 5 or 6 pieces sticking out of each and every braid, and then of course I left the ends curly as well. So that's really it. I'm about to show you guys the final results, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so here's the final look once I was done, and she was feeling it, I was feeling it. I definitely think the curls were popping, but you guys let me know what you think down in the comments below. Again, the hair is from Ygwigs. Be sure to check them out. Link is down in the description below. This is their double drawn Spanish curl, 18 inches, and we used 300 grams total for this look. So if you're wanting something longer, definitely get more packs of hair. Right now what you're seeing is just the hair in its natural state, so it has not been dipped in hot water, no product has been put on it, no mousse, nothing has been put on the hair as of right now. Stay tuned, keep watching. I am going to show you guys what they look like once it is all dipped in hot water and mousse and everything has been put on. I think the curls held up so good, but stay tuned so you can see for yourself. And like I said, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope my little tip helped. Let me know if it did, and I'll talk to you guys in my next one. I hope you guys be blessed, stay protected, and stay filled with love and peace.